everyone, welcome to Movieception Show. My name is Fariba, and tonight's the night. Tonight is The Last of Us Season 2 finale. After tonight, we probably won't have Season 3 for a while, although it has been already confirmed that we will be getting Season 3, and from what I'm hearing, there could be a little bit of a story shift. I mean, again, I have not played the game, so I'm just gonna have to watch and see. But yeah, I mean, I know a lot of us just, had to recover from last week's episode. I know that was something that hit me so hard. I mean, let me just tell you guys right now that even after last week's episode, it honestly took me like a whole second day just to really recover. Like, I was honestly still crying even after having seen the the initial episode, like during when it had just dropped. But I'm okay now, of course. But oh my god, I'm still, can I just say, Pedro Pascal? I mean, just the way that he really shined in that last 10 minutes alongside Bella Ramsey. I mean, the way that they were able to really just encapsulate one of the most emotional moments in the show. I mean, honestly, that's going to be, without a doubt, one of the key Emmy scenes. Like, if they're gonna put up a reel, that's gonna be the one. But even with that, it's really shocking that we're already at the season finale, because this was definitely a lot shorter than season 1. I think season 1 had like 9 episodes, and even the first 2 episodes were actually, well, it was supposed to have been 10, but then they combined the first 2 episodes just to kind of make it a little bit more cohesive. But yeah, I think this season we have 7, and tonight is the season finale for The Last of Us. And then, yeah, I mean, from what I've also heard, there might be a season 4, at least what Craig Mason had just commented a couple days ago about the fact that they need probably season 4 to kind of wrap up the story. So we'll see if that ends up being the case. I know like a lot of people are very divided with this whole season, especially, post episode 2, but we'll see how it goes. I mean, this is now my 2nd season with you guys, and it's just really incredible just have to go through this journey. So we'll continue that off. But yeah, I really don't know where things are gonna go. I don't know if we're gonna see, Ellie find Abby by this point, or something else is gonna happen. But yeah, I don't want to wait any longer. So without further ado, let's get right down into The Last of Us Season 2 season finale. Jesse, don't let me. Can't let me die.
Yeah, I know.
No, you don't.
Listen, if I pull it, it's gonna turn artery.
Just gotta tell him.
How do you know that? What if it's the wrong way?
I know where the arteries. I got you. All right? I got you.
She's gonna tell him?
Said no.
She can't have it. She's pregnant.
Do it.
Oh, fuck. I just realized we completely forgot about the horse.
Where is she?
What happened to you?
Oh my god.
I thought it would be harder to do. But it wasn't.
Oh boy.
It was easy.
Oh boy.
I just kept hurting her.
Oh damn. Oh. Starting to see maybe revenge isn't the best direction, huh?
Before I came to Jackson,
Is she telling her first kill?
there was a Firefly base in Salt Lake City. They had a
Okay, she's telling
hospital
that.
there. They were gonna use me to make a cure. But Joel found out. And he killed everyone in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they came.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know who they were? We need to go home.
Oh my god. I want to know what her reaction is to this. It's just... Okay, day 3. I've some people told me about day 3. It's 3 days, so... We still have not seen Tommy, though.
Thanks.
Oh, he's pissed. Oh, this is awkward.
For good luck. Not sure it's real.
We followed the likeliest path into the city. Found the place you stashed Shimmer. She's still there, doing all right. Not that you asked.
Thank you. We got an update on the horse.
That's where you went. Split up a 2-square mile. Can't die. I don't want to die. I can't. And then I offered her whiskey and she refused. Dina, the girl who's never turned down a free drink in her life, seconds before I was going to push a crossbow bolt through her leg.
That's weird. I don't know why.
Yes, you do.
Oh,
Stupid,
he's kind
I'm
of
not
suspecting.
blind.
He's...
I see the way you two look at each other. She even tells you things she wouldn't tell me. Like how she's pregnant.
I figured he would figure it out.
Fuck. Oh shit, you were guessing? God.
I have to change things. Well, how about this for something new? I'm gonna be a father, which means I can't die. But because of you, we're stuck in a war zone. So how about we skip the apologies and just go find Tommy so I can get us and my kid the fuck out of Seattle?
God damn.
There's more than one of her?
I guess so. I don't know. Let's give it a minute, see if it dies down, and then we'll...
Oh, fuck.
The world is not a balance, but I have done my part to right it.
Oh, it's that guy.
Now I'm stressed. She got me. She got me. She pulled off.
Just shut it. Ellie, just shut up. Not your battle. Literally, not your battle.
Even the kids. I am not dying out here. Not for any of them.
Literally, Ellie.
This is not our war.
Literally, he's right. He's right. He's the most rational person right now.
Let's go.
Oh my god, they're at a Costco. Oh lord.
We'll start the staggered loading.
Any word on Abby?
Oh, they're searching for Abby?
Not since yesterday.
Oh boy.
And we still haven't found Owen. Mel is missing now too.
So her entire crew just disappears. Tonight of all nights.
Interesting, right?
We still have Manny.
Well, we have a lot of Mannies, don't we? But only one Abby.
Oh, why is Abby so special is my
Okay,
question.
What the fuck? She's a good soldier. Great. You in love with her or something?
Oh, damn.
I don't know. You wouldn't be the first old man.
Okay. No. Very good chance you'll be dead.
The frick?
There's an even better chance I'll be dead.
Frick?
So then what happens to that entire fucking army out there who, despite their badass name, are very much sheep?
Oh, so they
needs
want
them?
her to be the leader. Okay.
Who secures our future?
Well, she's fucked off, Isaac. So
Wonder
maybe
what
it wasn't.
happened. I want to know what happened.
Here we are again. You and me in bad fucking weather.
God damn. Wow. Okay. These are very oddly specific.
Yes, I love her.
Oh, my.
Not the way you
okay.
do. Because the people at Jackson took me in, raised me, cared for me. Because everyone there is counting on me to be the next Maria. Because I was taught to put others...
This is a fucking asshole.
You can make fun of me all you want, but let me ask you this, Ellie. I go with that girl to Mexico. Who saves your ass in Seattle?
Is it Tommy?
Sniper. It's gotta be Tommy. I don't see an easy way north, but if he got there, it means we can too. Ellie.
She's over there.
The whale.
What?
She's in the fucking aquarium.
Who?
With you, you'd be coming with me.
He voted no, I'm pretty sure.
I voted no.
Ah, yeah, I knew it. Who was the third one then?
What?
Because everything you do for
Then
you.
who was the third one?
Hypocrite. You think you're good and I'm bad? You let a kid die today, Jesse. Which is why he wasn't in your community. Let me tell you about my community. So don't look at me like you're better than me, or like you'd do anything differently if you were in my shoes, because you're not, and you wouldn't.
Oh boy. Oh damn. God damn. She didn't miss those
I really hope
words.
you make it.
A whole garrison just came. What is going on? That is very dangerous, considering that this is almost like a hurricane that's happening. And I'm speaking from like a Floridian perspective, so... Oh, that looks like a stop, almost. But it's a big wave. Oh. Oh no, this is not good. That is not good. Oh no, oh no, oh no. I'm assuming she's the so-called prophet.
Leave her!
Oh, she got spared in the right time. Oh my god. I guess she ended up in the island where they were hiding, and now the Seattle guys are coming. The wolf guys are coming. Yeah. Wow, a lot is happening in like the last 2-3 minutes. Oh, and she's still on her way. Oh man. What happened? Oh, something happened. That's a lot of blood.
Where's Abby?
You gotta be kidding me. Okay, easy.
You're gonna point to where Abby is. And then you're gonna do it in a better fucking match.
Oh.
You have 5 seconds. Roll. Oh god.
Oh, it grazed her. Oh my god. And I think I got her artery. Oh shit.
Knife? Do you have a knife?
Oh.
30 seconds. Get the fuck over here. Please, please, please. Please. Take it out. You're gonna get it out.
Oh, they're gonna do a Z-section. Oh shit.
I don't know how to do that.
I do.
What? Tell me what I mean.
I think she's saying something. Oh shit. Oh, is she really? Oh. Oh no.
Ellie!
Tommy!
Oh, God.
But Abby gets to live.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Are you able to make your peace with that?
Guess I'll have to.
Mm-hmm.
Tommy made me.
Did he?
No.
Lost and in trouble. You set the world on fire to save me.
Mm-hmm. That is true.
I would. Stop! Stop!
I really hate Abby. I really hate her.
He did what he did to save me. I'm the one that you want. Just let him go. I let you live. And you wasted it. No!
Are we ending it right here? Didn't I get her?
Hey.
So that was The Last of Us Season 2 finale right there. And there's a lot to kind of dive into. A lot of things just kind of happened. This was probably one of the most fatal episodes. Not gonna lie, lots of deaths. Yeah, I don't even know where to start. So I guess we can just start by like just Ellie's whole pursuit, just because it's clear what the purpose, what the intention of this episode was about, and it's just to really focus on Ellie's pursuits of her revenge and whether or not it's even really worth it. I think a key thing that we saw in this episode is just this argument about being rational, being rash, and seeing a different perspective, especially when she's making all these choices. I think the key thing here is the conversation that she has with Jesse, because I had a feeling that Jesse said no. I figured he wasn't one of the three people who said yes, because just given by their conversation, I had a feeling that that perhaps he was kind of hinting that he was going to say no. And that was the case here, because he makes a really good argument. I think watching this episode, I was like, because a lot of what I was kind of looking at, if I was just kind of like, you know, if there was like a choice of what's going to happen or whether you want to do this or that, it's like I would probably had sided with Jesse, just because he is being very rational. We even see what happens when the wolf folks, the wolf group had found that one singular scar. I would have been like, yeah, you don't want to put yourself in the middle of it because it has nothing to do with you. Why would you put yourself in that risk? The wars between the wolf and the scars, and then who knows what the wolf would have done. I mean, we can see that they have quite a garrison. The last thing you want to happen is them to then go after Jackson, right? I mean, we already seen what happens, right? So yeah, I see what things are going on. I mean, in a way, like, you can understand Jesse just because he's being rational, and he has a really good point. He sets a really good point that if you're part of a community, right, the last thing you ever want to do is put them at risk, and you want to do everything you can to make sure that the people in the community are safe. And I think that he's a pretty rational point to it, but at the same time, you can also understand Allie's point, right? Like, you can't really just negate someone else's perspective. I think they both have their own choices of what they're doing, and they have their own reasons for it. And yes, Jesse's a little bit more rational. And I would say with what Ellie has done, especially with the things that happen later on, it's like, it's pretty rash. But at the same time, you can understand what Ellie is going through, right? She is going on this pursuit for revenge, wanting to kill Abby for what she's done with Abby, with what she's done with Joel. I mean, for someone like her, like you can understand her position, right? I mean, I obviously do not like Abby. I think even in the last moment, I was just like, I still don't like her. I think I'm even more, you know, I dislike her even more now than I did before. And we'll talk about that in a minute, but yeah, I think we can understand why Abby is doing the way she's doing things. She's hurt. She's in a lot of pain. She wants to get her revenge in the way that Abby did. I mean, the reason why Abby, you know, went after Joel is because of the fact that he killed her dad. I mean, I think this is kind of going into the whole idea of revenge and just the suffering and the pain and just trying to find some kind of amending when it comes to this. And for a lot of people, this might sometimes kind of go into the vengeful kind of path, where, you know, it's like, you know, if there's somebody that was responsible for someone's death, then you want to go after that person and see if that can give you some kind of closure. It worked for Abby from the looks of it. It might not work with Ellie, and we see the consequences of that. Because, like, let's be honest. I mean, there's always that saying, you know, just because you want revenge, it may not be the best idea. Sometimes revenge can actually feel worse in many cases. And I think this is the case that we see here. I mean, it can be very different for everyone. And so it's like, that's another thing to remember, is that it could be different for anyone. Like, we see that the way Abby's feeling is very different from how Ellie's feeling. And we see that, right? Ellie, when she does find Mel, and I think the other guy was Owen, you know, the last thing she ever wanted to do is hurt them. And of course, you know, she was kind of defending herself in that moment, and accidentally she shoots Mel. And I mean, we see the consequence of that. I mean, she was pregnant. I mean, that's kind of a key thing here, is that she was also pregnant. She looked like she was just about, you know, due. And here she is. She just basically killed someone, knowing the fact that, you know, that also meant, you know, an extension, almost killing an unborn child. And I think that's going to probably haunt Ellie for the rest of her life. I mean, I don't think that's even comparable to what her original revenge was going to be, which is to go after Abby. And it's like, is it really worth going through all of this just to get revenge? And I think that's where we see the end, where she kind of was like, you know what, I think this is it. I think we're done. I think Tommy brings up a point. It's like, are you done now? Like, do you think you need to go further into this? And I think just to see Allie be like, oh yeah, no, I think this is all. I think this will be it. It's like, so I think this is a really interesting course of, again, just seeing how things are, how people make decisions, what choices people make, whether or not, you know, you want to take a more rash pursuit or a more rational pursuit. I think we see a lot of this discussion in this episode. I think that's a really key thing here. And I think that was something that, you know, I was kind of really invested in. I really liked it. I appreciate that. I think this is one of the reasons why Last of Us is one of the, you know, better video games out there, just for the fact that it isn't just, you know, the style, but there's a little bit more of a substance with that helps with, you know, building a lot of that character development and allowing us to understand some of the characters. So it's just like, okay, this is totally great. I think we see a lot of that here in the finale, where again, we kind of just see Ellie just kind of being very rash, and then we see the consequences of that. And so, yeah, I mean, we see a lot of that. Now, let's get down into the ending. I think that's the big one. I think a lot of people are going to be talking about that, because with revenge, there's gonna be consequences, right? As we said before, and we saw what happened. I mean, I'm still pissed off about it. I knew the Jesse thing was going to happen. I had gotten some hints about it. I didn't think it was gonna happen tonight. Again, I'm not a gamer, so I don't know a whole lot about the game, but I would kind of get a lot of hints of things here and there. And I'm a little bit aware of what is gonna happen with Abby, so I had an idea, especially when we got to the last few minutes, but let's first get into like what happened with this competition between Abby and Ellie. Why am I saying Ellie? So yeah, so Jesse is now gone. I absolutely am upset about that. It's just because like he went through all this, and then it's like that. And then it's just like, I had a feeling it's gonna happen, but yeah. So again, a huge issue with, you know, Ellie and kind of her pursuit of going to revenge and just the consequence of it. Now, in those moments with Abby, in no way did I feel as if I was liking her anymore. I feel like my dislike for her intensified. So it's just like, and of course we saw in the very last few minutes, like we're going kind of rewinding a little bit, but it seems so that we're now switching with Abby's perspective, because it does show day one. So, yeah, I'm going to assume that season 3 is going to be very Abby heavy. And I really don't know how I feel about that. And I think this is probably what I was hearing a lot about with the whole Abby switcheroo with the POV, because I believe the game does the same thing, where I think the latter half then focuses on Abby and her perspective. And I get it. I think that a lot of times when it comes to even the greatest antagonists or villains, there's always something very complex and deeper about their stories. And I get why there's a lot of great stories where we do get that perspective and it makes sense and it shows that they're a little bit more complex. And again, I think a big thing that should be reiterated is that a lot of things that are happening is part of human nature, right? This is how humans react. This is how humans behave. I mean, what Ellie is doing, trying to get her revenge for Joel's death, it's part of being human. And it's also what, makes Abby being human, because this is how we all react. This is how we're reacting in the moment. We're very emotional. This is the decision that we're going to make. So yes, all of that makes sense. That being said, I still don't like Abby. Even here, I'm just kind of like, I really dislike Abby even more. And yet, I have a feeling that season 3 is going to be very Abby focused. I think a lot of people were kind of hinting at that, if they follow the games, that, probably season 3 is going to be really Abby focused, because at least with this season, it's actually shorter than season 1. As I said before, this season it's only 7 episodes. Last season was 9 episodes, so it was a lot shorter. It seems so that they're going to really focus on Ellie this whole time, and up until then, it's like, okay, we have Abby. And I was a little bit, warned that, eventually they're going to switch off that perspective and focus on Abby. So I guess this was kind of a way of saying, by the way, we're not going to go do the Abby perspective. So I don't know how I feel about that. It definitely does sting a little bit, though, that most of season 3 is probably going to be about Abby. And I don't know if I can really, invest my time on that. But then again, I have to really see just, when the first looks come in. I don't think they've filmed season 3 as of yet. So we probably won't even get season 3 for at least a little while. But I don't know how I feel. I don't know if I really want to dedicate my time to watch season 3, just because I really don't like Abby. And this is not to, give any kind of criticism against the actor. Caitlin Dever is a really great actor. I've seen a lot of her work before. I think it's just the writing for Abby. It's just what I'm not a personal fan of. I think even with last week's episode, I think that further, that further puts my love with Joel and why I really liked him as a character, even if he made probably one of the most deadliest decision ever. I'm still not liking Abby. Let's be real. I'm just not liking Abby. But again, I'm gonna have to keep my, my perspectives open, and I'll give season 3 some chance of it. I'm going to assume that maybe season 3 is gonna be just as equally, invested in that story as we saw with season 2, probably like 6-7 episodes, because I don't know, because I'd be really upset if they put a lot more episodes dedicated to Abby. But it also makes sense, right? I think this is kind of going back to what was being hinted at, or what Craig Mason was saying earlier this week, that they cannot conclude the story without one more season. They probably need season 4 to wrap it up. So I'm going to assume that season 3 is going to be Abby's perspective, and then season 4 is going to jump back to this moment right here that we see at the end, where they have that clash, and then we're probably going to see the events of that. So, yeah, I'm not too surprised. I was just like, I know we're going to have the Abby perspective thing happening. I'm still not sure how I feel about it, and I guess I'm just going to have to wait until like the trailers come out for it. So that means that we're probably not going to see a whole lot of Bella Ramsey in season 3, and I think that kind of solidifies the fact that we're probably not going to see a whole lot of Joel. Probably not going to see any of Joel. So I know that's going to create a lot of conversations. That's really going to create a lot of conversations. I know, again, I'm very aware of the fact that the video game Last of Us Part 2 was very divisive. just because of the whole Abby storyline. And I guess a lot of it is because of the fact that there is that switch with POV. Again, I knew a little bit about it. I have never played the games, but I was aware of the fact that this was going to happen, and I guess that is now going to happen. So yeah, and I'm also now starting to understand why there was so much backlash about this, because even I'm just kind of like, I don't know how I feel. I personally don't want to follow Abby at all whatsoever. I think just doing one episode about Abby's perspective would have probably been enough, in my opinion. But who knows? Maybe there's something that Craig Mason and Neil Druckmann are cooking up. Maybe there's something that they're probably changing from the video games to here, maybe to kind of fix a lot of those issues. Maybe, who knows? I don't know. I could be wrong, but I mean, again, she just killed Jesse, and I don't know how I feel about that. So, and now she's also threatening Tommy, and then we don't even know what just happened that moment between her and Ellie, although a lot of video game people might already know about it. So we're just gonna have to see. So I think that just about wraps everything I need to say about tonight's episode, just because, yeah, that's quite a way to end stuff, right? I mean, that's a whole cliffhanger right there. And I know that for someone like me who's never played the games, this is just kind of like something I'm just like, whoa, okay, this is gonna, so you're just leaving me with the hint that season 3 is now gonna be about Abby? Okay. I imagine for video game players, they're already aware of what's going to happen. Now they're just like wondering how they're gonna execute season 3. I think that's gonna be a big question mark going into kind of the future of the series. And I know right now it's been very divisive. Let's just say it's been really, really divisive, because like a lot of people have not been digging season 2, especially since, you know, episode 2 and the whole big event that happened. And I feel like, yeah, I mean, even last week, it just kind of like, it just seeing Joel come back, it was just kind of like, wow, like I really needed that. And I was just like, okay, we're probably not going to see Joel for like ever, unless there's some kind of flashback that happens. It's probably not going to happen in season 3, maybe more so in season 4. But yeah, I mean, I'll try to stick around. I'm hoping Neil Druckmann and Craig Mason can somehow convince me to continue with season 3. We're just going to see. I mean, again, it's going to be quite a break. It took them a while just to get season 2 to be made. Now it's just a matter of seeing how quickly they're going to get into season 3. I think they're not going to take as much time as they did before. I think it's just a matter of knowing how. I don't know if they actually, to be honest, I don't even know if they've already filmed season 3 or if they are about to start it. I'm going to have to check on that, but we'll see, right? I'm going to have to just wait until the footage comes in, and we'll probably get some answers about what season 3 is going to, how much of Abby we're going to see in season 3. But I think that just about wraps everything I need to say about The Last of Us season 2 finale right here. Lots of great dialogue, lots of great, you know, conversations, and just the whole message that we got out of this episode. I'm just like, I'm very indifferent about that ending right there, just because I'm like, oh, Jesse's dead, Tommy's in danger. I don't like Abby. I really do not like Abby whatsoever, and I don't know if I can really take it. But what do you think? We've now gotten the season 2 finale. We've now concluded this run. I think this is probably going to be my last one in a while, because I think the next thing wouldn't be until Squid Game season 3, and that's like a whole month away. So I won't be posting a whole lot, although I'm going to try and see if I can try and do some reviews. But that's all I have to really say about tonight's episode. We've seen what happened. For those who've played the video games, what are your thoughts? Because I want to know. Like, I know this is something you already knew was going to happen. I was kind of hinted about it, but what are your thoughts about the fact that they're kind of closing season 2 with this moment? Is this what you expected? Are you still equally angry of the fact that, you know, the games went in this direction? Now we're seeing that kind of being replicated in the show. What do you think about the fact that season 3 is very likely going to be very Abby heavy? I know that was something that was very divisive when the original game came out. What do you think about that? What do you think about just the episode itself? Again, lots of great dialogues about choices and decisions on whether you want to get revenge, or do you want to be a little bit more rational and think about the community. What do you think about that? What do you think about Ellie's decision? What do you think about the fact that we just saw Jesse die? We just saw Mel die. We saw a lot of things happen here. And yeah, I mean, what do you think is going to happen? It looks as though we're probably going to get a season 4 as well from the looks of it. I mean, it's not like Greg Mason could just like blurt that out and not have this conversation with HBO. I think we're probably going to get a season 4 just to close things out. But what do you think about that? We're probably going to have 2 more seasons of Last of Us just to wrap up this whole storyline. But yeah, let me know your thoughts below and make sure to like and subscribe.